Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, but bitch, we got views.
For sure. I know we talked about off camera that we could talk about. So many people want to hear about the reality show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You want to talk about how that, because we barely brushed on it, and it was when we were talking about you doing your last album with them,
right.
And you just mentioned that you were doing the reality
right.
show. But people in the comments were talking about how much they loved the show, wanted to hear more about it. Like, so how did that come about?
Then this is what's called redeemment. After they win the Oscar, 3 6 Mafia never moves. They don't come back to Memphis. Paul and Juicy stayed in LA doing interview after interview after interview after TV show after everything.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmel, fucking Late Night, Ellen, you name it. That's what MTV calls almost a reality show. They get this reality show. They already know what they want to do. They've already had this idea in the works for a minute since they got down there. And I had no idea about this reality show. Paul calls me. Hey, Chase, can I get another shot of sweet tea with 2 limes? Shot of sweet tea with 2 limes.
Shots, let's do it.
Shots of sweet tea with 2 limes. Tell you, man, it's going down. I'm living life on the edge. So I get a call from Paul at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like 2 a.m. Memphis time, so it's midnight in LA. So Paul calls me and he's like, pack your bags. I was like, what do you mean pack your bags?
It does look good.
I was like, I know, right? It looks amazing. I said, don't they just look good? I'm telling you, man, I'm on to something, man. The boys always, I'm a trendsetter, man. I'm a step ahead of these motherfuckers.
You really are.
Go ahead, I'll step over here. Keep going.
So, Paul calls me at 2 o'clock in the morning and says, pack your bags. He said it like I was on American Idol. Pack your bags, you're going to Hollywood.
Right.
And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, pack your bags, like now. I need you to pack your bags. I was like, for how long? He said, for about a month. I said, Paul, I gotta do laundry, bro. I got 2 kids now. I can't just get up and leave for a month. He said, all right, well, I'm giving you 24 hours. Pack your bags, get all your laundry done tomorrow. You got 24 hours. You're coming to LA, we're doing a reality show, you're getting your own episode. And I was like, my own episode? He was like, yeah, it's gonna be Lil Wyte Goes to Hollywood. And dude, I was just like blown away. And of course, baby mama was like, you can't leave for no month. I mean, I'm like, do you want me to do this or not? Like,
right.
How far do you want me to go in this? So sure enough, had my bags back next day. Basically packed every bit of article of clothing I owned. I packed, dude, Paul even laughed. I brought like 22 pairs of shoes, like fucking 14 pairs of pants, like 25 t-shirts, jackets, a big jacket. Paul was like, why'd you bring a big jacket? It's California. I was like, he was like, it's fucking summertime. You don't need a coat.
You didn't want to leave anything to chance, dog.
Right. And it was so weird. I fly in, we go to the hotel, and he goes, all right, a van's about to pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
When you get here, you're filming. When you get here, you're filming. Like, what do you mean? I mean, I know I'm gonna be filming today. He's like, no. You don't understand. The lady that's driving you in the van right now, there's a lady driving you in the van, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm in the back seat. He's like, okay. That lady's name's Carol or whatever the fuck her name was. He's like, she's gonna get out, mic you. You're gonna ring the doorbell. When you come inside, you're on TV. We're being recorded live. We're not live, but you know what I'm saying? We're rolling.
Right,
we're rolling.
Right.
We're in the middle of the show. So my cue was to get out the car. I got mic'd up. My cue was to ring the doorbell. Well, this house ain't got no fucking doorbell. It's one of these rich ass houses that's just got cameras, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking around the fucking door for this doorbell, and there's cameras right here that can see me.
Yeah.
But it also sees me like looking for this doorbell. Like, where the fuck is this goddamn doorbell? So finally I just said, fuck it, and I walk in the door. Well, I caught them off guard. They didn't know I was supposed to ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
So when I walk in, there's just cameras just right there. Like, as soon as you walk in, and I'm like, oh shit, this is real. Like, I'm on reality TV right fucking now. Like, and it took me a good 5 or 6 hours to really realize what the fuck was going on. Like this shit's actually fucking happening. Like, damn. And it went cool, man. I had a good time. I was out there for a month total.
Yeah.
A month total we were out there.
How many seasons did y'all do that?
We only did the one season.
Okay.
We did one season. We only did one season of it because there was some complications between the director and the producer, and the way they had the contract set up was they couldn't work on it without each other, and then they had a falling out, so then it was like they couldn't.
Yeah.
And I've even told Paul and Juicy, I said, man, we should do a reboot of that shit and venture with the Whites and fucking reboot it with me and my wife and my crazy ass crew.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like we was out there for a month, and I will say this: nothing was scripted. I've had that. I've had that asked a lot.
Yeah.
Now
that's always the big question with reality shows. I think in
nothing
general.
was scripted.
Yeah.
There might have been a couple of times when you say something and the mic don't pick it up, and you try to go back and redo it as good as you can, just the vocals. But nothing was scripted at all.
They never tried to get y'all to stir up stuff between each
Oh
other.
no, that was definitely a thing. Like,
Okay.
there was no scripted words. There was nothing
Okay.
on paperwork. Like
Gotcha.
even the day of the me and computer mishap.
Yeah.
Like that morning, and I'll tell it now. Paul Juicy, I don't give a fuck if you get mad. That morning I woke up, I was hungover as shit. The MTV producer dude comes in and goes, "Hey man, computer been talking shit about you all morning long."
See,
And just kind of walked
Yeah.
off. And I was like,
feeding the
fuck
fire.
computer, fuck computer. I've always been like, man, fuck computer. Shout out to computer, I love you.
Yeah.
But I've always been like, man, fuck computer, he ain't talking about shit. So then, computer gets up out of bed and they be like, man, Lil Wyte's been talking shit about you all morning long. Computer ain't the type of person to say, man, fuck Lil Wyte, he ain't talking about shit. Computer's the type of person the next time he sees me, yeah, motherfucker, I heard you been talking shit. And then it just escalated. And like later on at night, like once it was all over, we realized what they did. It was fun it was fun looking back at it on camera. But it was like they really did put me and my homie in a point. Like we've already bumped heads, but now y'all are making us like fucking rams, like and like even when I threw the drink in his face, like everybody was like, what was that, water? No, that was vodka and cranberry. We actually got charged for a fucking stain on the roof from vodka and cranberry being on their white ass ceilings. So like,
Did y'all get in a legit fight?
no, we didn't
It
get
was
the
all
actual
just-
physical fight, no, because he couldn't catch me. He was trying to fold me up and put me in like a move, and so he
Yeah.
couldn't catch me though. Because that house was a 4-story, 8,200 square foot mansion on the side of the hills, and it had like circular halls, so you could run up and down. You could run all through this house, and you could not get caught. There was no dead ends, like no dead ends.
Right.
So like, even the dead end when I got to the studio, when it shows me running to the studio and he's banging on the door,
Yeah.
even that studio room has a balcony that goes out to the other room that has a balcony that goes into this room. So you can always go around any room. It was a cool built house. Matter of fact, Wiz Khalifa ended up buying that house after we shot that video. He said he loved that house so much on TV, he ended up buying it.
Oh, that's crazy. Which
What-
I mean, which is crazy because him and Juicy are
Yeah,
so
well,
cool.
he's well, Wiz is a big fan, like super 3-6 fan as well, like just like me.
Yeah.
But he said he had so much fun and loved that show. He's like, man, I want to have that house. And then one day I was watching MTV. I was watching something. It was an interview of it was an interview of Wiz, and he was walking around his house, and I was like, man, that house looked familiar as fuck. And then he goes out on the balcony and he turns around and he goes, oh, if y'all don't realize or not, this is the old 3-6 Mafia HollyHood house. I was like, I fucking knew it. Shout out to Wiz. We need to do a song together soon, Wiz.
Oh, that'd
We
be
talked
dope.
about it at Memphis in May, motherfucker. Let's get it done.